Hi everybody. Today I want to go over packages and how to use it in R, and then we will plot some functions in R. Actually, we will plot some tables. So the first thing I want to draw your attention to is I want you to go to packages, and then if you don't have Mosaic and Mosaic data installed, make sure that you install those. Here you can actually see all the data. You can click on this and you can see what it's about. It will tell you this consists of all your data sets. The data set that we will work on for this week is this help PRCT, and this is the health evaluation and linkage to primary care. If you use Mosaic, then you can use these data packages. We will enter our own data and call our own data a little later in the course, but for now let's just work with the data sets that we have to our that we can use, and these are actually large data sets, and so I want to show you how easy it is to work with large data sets. Now, if you're curious about how they collected the data or what the data is about, which is important, you can read here. It will tell you the health evaluation and linkage to primary care. You have a data frame with 453 observations on the following variables: the age, any sub, CESD. We're going to look at that today, the Center for Epidemiologic Studies, depression measure at baseline. But anyways, I mean, there are a few on here. You can click on the source and this will actually tell you more about the data. You can see you have a lot of files here. Let's just click on this file, for instance, to see what's going on there, and it will tell you, how this interview looked, or how the survey was conducted, and give you some info on the survey if you are curious about that. Let's see, they also have the CSV files, they have everything you need. So the PDF files for the surveys, and then everything else, dictionary files. So if you're curious about the data, you might want to take a look here. But so what I want to do is I want to use Mosaic because it has all these data already built in. So basically what you need to do is you need to type require Mosaic, and then you also require Mosaic data. If you run that by requiring Mosaic, it will actually run the package. So make sure that you have it installed first. If you don't have it installed, go to packages, install, and then here you can search for Mosaic, click on it and then install it. I have it installed, so I'm not going to install it again. So you type require Mosaic data. That way you can use the data. Just type this in options, digits 3. You can make it whatever you want to. For our purposes, let's just use 3. And let's compute the mean we're going to use the data file help RCT, and that's the one that I have just shown you. And we're going to look at the CESD data. So we're going to find the mean. So let's run that. If you run that, you will see that the mean for the CESD data is 32.8, and it's shown here in your console. We could also find the standard deviation, that's given by SD. Let's run that again, and it will give you the standard deviation. And I think those are hundreds of entries. You can check on that. I think like more than 300 entries, but that's how quickly R can give you the answer. Of course, you can try variance, whatever else you need to know. You could also have typed, this command will also give you the same output with that data set, and then you want the standard deviation of that variable. So This will give you the same answer. Let's say we want the mean or the median, maybe. Let's do that. Let's do the median and let's see what do we get. And there we have the median. Okay, so this is all good, and I actually have a little instruction sheet ready for you. So what you might want to look at is this function. It's called favorite stats, FAV stats. And so what's nice about that, let me do that before we get to the histogram. So we're going to do favorite stats, and then use your tilde, and the way to enter that will be again the file and then the data that you want it from. So let's do the variable is CESD, and then we're gonna get that from this help RCT. Okay, and this will include almost everything you want to know: the minimum, the first quartile, the median, the third quartile, the maximum, the mean, the standard deviation, how many entries. I'm sorry, it's 453 data entries and 0 are missing. And then you might be interested in drawing a histogram. So then you just use the command histogram from using that variable, find the data, and if you do that, the histogram should be available here under plots. And so you can see the distribution of the data. Okay, so I think what you guys need to do is the exact same thing with maybe, let's see, let's go back to the data. We're working with this file and maybe do it for age. So find the mean, the standard deviation. You can just use the favorite stats command, and then also find the draw a histogram, maybe a box and whiskers plot, but basically that's what I want you to do. Okay.